find the right one for your child is very hard for you. It needs your support. However, we're going to talk about the financials today. So, moving on, the true cost of a in the UK for 3 years, your annual tuition fees are 18,000 per year, okay? And your living accommodation costs are around 12,000. So that total is £30,000 per year. Now, if you're studying a 3-year degree in the UK, you're going to pay £90,000. Now, £90,000 is a lot of money, an absolute enormous amount of money. That much money that you could probably buy a whole house, a big nice house. So it's quite a cost. Yeah? I'm going to explain the 2+1 global pathway. Okay? And it's level 4 is your year 1. So you study in Pakistan, you're studying at home. So you do 2 years in Pakistan and you're doing your final year in the UK. So level 4 will be year 1, you'll study that in Pakistan with UK curriculum and standards. Level 5, which is year 2, you will also study this in Pakistan online through the teaching centres with seamless academic progression. Level 6 is your final year of your bachelor's degree. So for your final year, you will actually be in the UK to study that. Okay? So that's the way a 2+1 works. 2 years in Pakistan, 1 year in the UK. Okay? The list of universities that you'll be going to, there it is. So it's a full list. This list is not our entire list. As you can appreciate, we are taking on universities on a monthly basis. More and more universities are coming and joining the scheme. And there's an absolute reason for this. And the reason is because of what's been happening in the UK and around the world with students. I'm just going to take this opportunity for a moment just to explain to you what's been happening. And some of you may already know that when international students are arriving in the UK, or in Australia, or Canada, or America, or New Zealand, the problem that they're having is that they're arriving, and then as soon as they arrive, they're claiming financial hardship. We can't pay our fees. Yeah? Or they're trying to get a job. Yeah? So that way, what happens is the person who comes along as a student, all of a sudden doesn't want to become a student, he wants to work. Or they claim financial hardship, they can't pay the student fee. So therefore, if you have 100 students who come on a course and 80 students decide to start work, you can't run universities on 20 students on a course. You can't pay the bills, you can't pay the tutors, you can't keep the university. So it is a massive effect. So what we're trying to do is bring the balance back into foreign education. So look at the moment what the Home Office has done. So I'm going to be very clear with you. You can get enrolled is not the problem. From obtaining the visa. The reason that the problem is there is because the children are arriving in the UK and from there they're switching their visa. So the Home Office has decided, right, let's have a look at which is happening with Pakistan, Bangladesh, it's happening with African countries as well. Just you guys. Yeah. So what they're doing is they're having a temporary ban on these countries. So not everybody is back. All we need is that when they put up a visa application, they look at it much harder. So the genuine students with the genuine qualifications, with good grades, they're still getting their visas. The ones that are struggling are the ones that are on borderline, or they need additional paperwork, or additional proof. They're the ones that are just being refused straight away. So we have a workaround. We're going to demonstrate to you what the best process is to Yeah? So here is a list of the universities that we can go to in the UK on your arrival. Okay? There's approximately 15 to 18 there, but this list is bigger than this. We probably have about 25, 28 universities at the moment, but that grows every single month. Next slide, please. So this is a list of the universities outside of the UK. So if you choose to do 2 years in Pakistan, and you don't want to do the final year in the UK, you can pick one of these countries. Okay, so you do have your choices. Right, the savings. What do you save? Now earlier on, I explained to you guys that it's £30,000 per year to do a degree. So that's 90,000 in 3 years. Okay? Now I'm going to show you with this how much money you save by doing the 2+1. Okay? So the 2+1, okay, is obviously a 3-year route, just like the degrees in the UK. Okay? And in the first column, your traditional route is tuition fees, living costs, total 90,000, like I explained to you earlier. On the 2+1 pathway route, you do 2 years in Pakistan, which costs you 10,000. Okay? You do a final year in the UK, which costs you 30,000, which I said to you earlier. So the total, by doing the 2+1, is 40,000. So obviously you have a cost saving, a massive cost saving, 50,000. So why have we done this? Why have we done this? And there's a reason for this as well. Previously, people coming to foreign education were from wealthier families. People were coming, yeah? Now, the 2+1 opens the door for the middle class as well. So it opens the door to a lot more people. It's more affordable for more of the Pakistan population to be educated with a British degree. So that is the purpose of it, to ensure that not only some of the children who are from well-to-do families get this, but also people, I mean, you know, if your parents are working a normal job, they're saving for your education, they can afford this now. They can do this for you. Yeah? So we're going to demonstrate as we go further how you can in return help your parents as well. There. Next slide. Okay. Why do parents prefer this model? Lower financial risk. It's a lower amount of money that they have to spend. They don't have to spend 90,000 anymore. They only have to spend 50,000, 40,000.